I thought it's only fitting, obviously, today's election day to speak a little bit about the policies and what's the halacha, what's the Torah's outlook when it comes to voting. So it's a longer discussion, but to keep it short within a few minutes, first and foremost, it's always important in America whenever discussing voting that you have to mention the famous Rav Moshe Feinstein Tshuva. Rav Moshe Feinstein penned a letter. He was one of the biggest poskim that lived in America in the previous generation. He penned a letter around election day many years ago where he encouraged and he pushed all members of the Jewish community in America to go and vote. His arguments, he explained, they were mainly because of the basic gratitude and the hakarat hatov that a Jew needs to have, that we live our day with. We call ourselves Yehudim. Modeh ani is our first few words. We're always thanking Hashem. Part of that hakarat hatov extends to the country that we live in that allows us to worship our religion freely. That's the famous Moshe Feinstein letter that he penned many years ago, and that's always the beginning of the voting discussion when it comes to speaking about elections in the United States of America. Now, to highlight a few other mitzvot, just very quickly, I heard Rabbi Elba say a few of these also, and a few more that I'm thinking of myself. First and foremost, the first primary mitzvah when it comes to voting is gemilut chasadim. When he votes proper for his beliefs that align with the Torah, that support the state of Israel, that support our brothers and sisters in the state of Israel, the first mitzvah he's fulfilling is the idea of chesed. You have to love your fellow like you love yourself. The idea is as follows. I want what's best for myself. I want what's best for my brothers and sisters in Israel as well. By voting in line with the best interests of the state of Israel, that's the first mitzvah we achieve is ve'afta l'recha kamocha. And on the contrary, the first isur that one would, God forbid, violate by not voting would be the opposite of ve'afta l'recha kamocha, lo ta'amol adam re'echa. The Torah tells us if someone sees someone drowning, for example, you're not allowed to just bat an eye, look the other way, and stand there while his friend is suffering. This extends to suffering, not just death. That's the idea as well. If someone doesn't vote in line of what supports the Jewish community here and the Jewish community abroad, he is possibly being transgressing the isur of lo tamod adam re'echa. I saw a few more. I saw a bunch of things, but to keep it short, the next thing I saw was tochecha, is a mitzvah of giving rebuke. If you know someone is doing something wrong or going the wrong way, you have an obligation to rebuke them. There's a question, does it apply to non-Jews or not? But in theory, let's say it does, the tochecha aspect, it probably doesn't, but at least you're rebuking any government official that doesn't align with our Torah values and our Torah interests. How do you rebuke them? By firing them, by voting for the other party, and sending them a message. That's one idea. And the last idea would be, we have ve'afta l'recha kamocha, gimut chasadim. We have also the rebuke, and the idea of having basic, like we said, Rav Moshe Feinstein, having basic hakarat tov, having basic gratitude, and recognizing the good that has been given to us, that the country as a whole has enabled for the Jews for so many years. It's a bare minimum as a Jewish community to go out and vote and partake in the elections and show our voice and be makir tov to the country that allowed us to learn Torah. Obviously, we know our home is in Israel, but we are temporarily here, and we have to support and have great gratitude towards those who have done good to us, i.e. the United States of America, and that best way to do so is by voting in the elections and maintaining and making sure that the values that align with the Torah and the mitzvot are elected into government. And Be'ez Hashem, we should only see good things for us here, the Jewish community in America, as well as the Jewish community overseas in Israel, and we'll only hear good news. Have a wonderful day.